Hello everyone, it's Fancetti, and the last time we spoke, well, Bitcoin was expected to go back to its previous all-time high of about 61,000, and unfortunately since then we've had the absolute worst case scenario play out. Bitcoin crashed to about $30,000 today, and we're now back at around 40,000 as of the making of this video. Let's get right into the charts and explain what happened here. So, as you may remember, we had this Wyckoff distribution pattern on the charts here. That's this white outline that we have here. Well, I'm going to need to redraw this a little bit, and when I redraw this, well, unfortunately we'll see that this pattern did end up being valid and that we have actually crashed through all of the bearish price targets over here. So as we see here, we had kind of a much longer accumulation phase here than expected, right? I thought that it would only last this long, but actually it's lasted this long. Here, I'm going to draw that for you. It's actually lasted this long instead of this long. So that means that this phase of the pattern is just extended. So let's go ahead and maybe redraw that. And I guess we don't need to be too specific here. You guys are going to get the point. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this last bull flag, which we were very hopeful about. We thought it would go our way and go towards the top, but it didn't quite manage to connect with what we were trying to accomplish here. So we have now this Wyckoff distribution pattern, and if I go ahead and bring up the pattern next to us here, we're going to see just what it looks like on the left and on the right. So let me go ahead and open this in a new tab, move that a bit to the right here, and bring back the trading view. Well, let's go ahead and move the trading view here to the left side of the screen if Google Chrome would like to cooperate with me, which it really does not seem to be willing to cooperate at all. So let's go ahead and do this manually. I'm very sorry about that, guys. Well, what we see here is that basically we have the Wyckoff distribution pattern on the right side of the screen, and on the left side we have now the chart. And what you can see here is that unfortunately the pattern has completely played out. So we had here phase A, which was this part right here. We then had phase B, which was basically just a very, very long accumulation time with a peak here, which was the EUT here, then a bit of a consolidation period down here, and basically this two areas here and here were basically showing us where the support lines were, and we did then actually enter phase C, which is this part here, the UTAD. Don't ask me what those stand for. You can look it up if you want to know what the UTAD, UTST, blah, blah, blah stands for. But that's this part right here. We then went down and we started to have this kind of bouncing around area, which is pretty much where we are now, right? We had this LPSY, this phase D, which got extended out, right? A slight downwards trend here, but a downwards trending accumulation time, right? It's just consolidating here. And now guys, we are starting to see the beginning of phase E. So let me go ahead and zoom in here on the end of the chart, and let me actually draw this in white color here so that we have pretty much the same kind of colors on the chart. So what we're looking for now is a bounce here, which unfortunately guys, if I go down to the hourly, you will see that we did have this bounce just now, and it's looking like, well, this Wyckoff distribution pattern is in play, and it means that we haven't seen the bottom of this market yet. We're going to go way lower than where we are right now. So we went down here, we had this bounce here, which is the beginning of phase E, with a very, very sharp drop and a recovery, right? A V-shaped recovery. And right now we're bouncing off of the support line and we are continuing lower, which is pretty much the end of phase E, which means that it's going to take us pretty much back to where we were when this pattern began, down here around the 30,000 US dollar level. But not only that, this was kind of the beginning of the pattern, right? It doesn't show like where exactly the pattern ends. I think that the worst case scenario for this would be to go back down to where we last had a very long period of consolidation, which was pretty much here around the 20,000 US dollar level mark. So I do think that we could go all the way down to about the 20,000 US dollar level on Bitcoin within the next few weeks. And this is now the most likely scenario. So let me go ahead and write 20K here, and we're going to see in a couple of days how that plays out. I will be actually opening up a small short position here on Bitcoin with a very, very, very low leverage, because I do think that the bleeding is going to continue for a while. We're seeing a lot of negative press in the crypto market. We're seeing a lot of negative press in the stock market, and this is mostly due to very, very bad administration choices from the US government, which is just having ripple effects for the entire global economy, because like it or not, they are still currently the world's superpower, and let's hope that they continue to do that, because they seem to do a pretty decent job of maintaining the peace around the world. Well, if they keep crippling themselves economically like they are now, let's hope that this whole COVID thing blows over soon for them and they're able to return to full operating power. That might still get them out of this mess, and would be great news for us, because it would mean that we would see our assets start to recover again, and hopefully avoids a global breakdown of the entire global economy. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more updates like this in the moment that I'm putting them out, please go ahead and subscribe, and go ahead and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.